Hey guys, this is Elijah with All Austin Repairs. We have a dryer Samsung which is not heating, and we'll take it apart. The first thing we have to take is two screws in the back. I will not fast forward the video because sometimes people want to know what is going on, and but if you want it you can skip it little by little. So after I remove two screws in the back, you just pull this lid and it comes off. The lid comes off. We have few screws. I'm going to remove all the screws from the top, because the heating element, replacing the heating element, I need to take completely everything apart because the heating element is in the bottom and we need to test it before replacing it. Remove the screws. When you lift this side pops out, but this panel has two more plastic screws, which, let me disconnect the wires. And okay, door has two screws inside holding, and then they have four other screws on the top. This part has to be pushed down and it will pop out. Good. Okay, when you open it, be careful, watch out, there is a wire to the switch. It's better to use two hands. One switch is holding it and another switch the wire. And the most important of everything is, like, be careful when you put your hand. The edges are super sharp anywhere, not only on the door, right here, around control board, around heating element, everywhere Samsung has the sharp edges. Be careful not to cut your hand. So we'll take this one aside. After removing the control panel, we have this part which is holding the control panel, the case. We have to remove it. Two screws. We remove two other screws on the top, so it just pops out. Then this part. Some people, they take them together, but I remove it separately. Air filter, so lint filter. Remove that. Remove this piece. And we have four screws. Don't forget the moisture sensor clips which they are holding to the cabinets, and the best part is just lift one side and comes out, and the other side comes out. And this part I was talking about, you can see them, and those parts, they should sit right inside of this hole. So yes, and every time when you manually check the belt, it has to go clockwise. If you go counterclockwise, some people, they do it, they clean it and the belt comes off. Every time it has to go clockwise. So we have a belt in the back. Unfortunately, this dryer doesn't have a place from the other side, from the back, to show it to you, to put the camera. So I'll just put my hand inside and I will remove the belt. Either it's from this side, so we'll disassemble it, and the drum comes off. Belt, super easy. The idler, Samsung has very problematic idler. They go bad a lot, at least they did. Now they, of course, they are getting better, but this is one of the common problems when the dryer makes like grinding noise, squeaky noise. It could be the idler, or it could be these rollers. These rollers are nice inside of a dryer for 5-year-old. It's super clean here. So this part is the idler, rollers, and we have two more rollers in the front panel, which I already did remove. So we have now heating element. heating element is located right in this part. I will go over few basic stuff which is related to a heating element. In order to check the heating element or the cycling thermostat, cutoff thermostat, we have here safety thermostat which also fuse, and the thermistor. And this dryer has another thermistor which is right located. It's going right on the top of the wires here, you can see it. But anyway, if you have a T upside down and error code, it means the thermistor, one of those thermistors have to be replaced. But here let's stay focused on the heating element. The heating element has 240. 240 is coming to the heating element. You have a cycle, it's coming all the time, non-stop. From this power you have 240 coming to the heating element when the dryer is on. And it goes to the cycling thermostat. Cycling thermostat here operates between 260 and 50. So it opens and closes, open and closes whenever temperature is reached. It goes out this safety thermostat. Whenever this part fails, cycling thermostat, and let's say it's shorted it and it goes non-stop, this part will short and will save dryer and eventually the house from burning down because it will keep working. And this is one of the safeties. And the second safety is this part which is right here. This one is a cutoff thermostat, like a fuse. Also when it gets hot it will fail, so you have two protections, so one fails, another one should work. And this is a thermistor. And I watched some few videos, people, when it comes to replacing the heating element, they replace all these 4 parts. No, you don't. You don't need to replace all of them. If it's a heater is bad, you can replace the heater. They go bad a lot, we replace them a lot. But not these parts. If they're working okay, they're okay, no need to replace them. How to test thermostats and how to test heater. Have a multimeter, put it on continuity. It's the best, easiest way, continuity. Set it dead. So let's put it right there. And cutoff thermostat. Supposedly you have the heater, the dryer is not heating at all. So before taking apart the heating element, you can check it, of course. Here it has double. We have continuity, and in this one we have to read on. So it's all reading good. So we need to so we have continuity, everything is fine. We have ohms, the heating element is good. So what's the next? The next step we need to check is the cutoff thermostat. Cutoff thermostat checks simple. You have to remove one wire. No matter what you check, you have to remove one wire. You have 2 ends on the cutoff thermostat, and it should be reading continuity. Yep, it's working good. So we can put that one back. But if it's shorted, if you put in 2 connections, you have 2 probes and 2 connections, and if it doesn't read, you must replace the cycling thermostat, because cycling thermostat probably wasn't operating properly, and one of the reasons it could short because of the cycling thermostat. And cycling thermostat, the same thing, it should read continuity. Here it has continuity, everything is working fine, and we'll put this thing back. And thermostat here too. But if you have T upside down, E error, it means thermistor error. You need to replace the thermistor. I will show you how. This is the thermistor. Remove the wires. Fuse, which is safety thermostat. How to replace them? They have 1 screw holding them, so it comes out. Super easy to clean. Super easy to replace. Also another one, thermistor. Done, super easy. It has some dust. I'm gonna clean it while I have it apart. And we'll put it back. Right, same thing with the fuse. everything works fine. Okay, how to replace heating element. Supposedly you don't have continuity on a heating element and we need to replace it. Screwdriver, put on the top and you push it, it comes out. So these wires, they sit really high. And the cut-off thermostat, we don't have to take the part because we need to take the top part of it, and here the cut-off thermostat is attached to it, so we have to remove it. And we have few screws on the top, 8 to be exact. For some reason, Samsung dryers, they made their own way. The engineers, they had their own way. So the top part, you have a metal piece which is bended 90 degrees. So we have to unbend it. And here, do it your own way. How you do it? How I do it? I lift it up a little, that part with a screwdriver. I can show it to you closer. And I will rub it, because this part, it stays on the way and you cannot lift it. So now it's even. And the other one, the kind of funny part, the other one is straight, it's not bended, only the back one. And now it comes out easily. So those two holes, they have to go here. So the top piece comes off, super easy. We'll put it aside. And another weird part. This part's kind of not weird. All the manufacturers, they do it. You see, you have here terminal, like ceramic terminal. The heating element is coming to it, and you can see it has a metal piece and it's unbended. So that part is bended, so the connector won't go inside. So we have to flatten it with a screwdriver. I mean with a plier, nail nose. And now it's flattened. The other side, and it will come out. Not enough. Let's do it from the other side. Right there. And this one of these parts was bended down. The same thing we'll do for those two. Okay. That. Out. Now we have a heating element. So here this dryer doesn't have any issues with the heating element. I just made it for the sake of the video. So everything looks fine, everything looks clean, no lint, nothing. If it was any lint, I would clean it. But now the funny part, very difficult how to install it back. Again, use gloves because every single edge here is very sharp and you will cut yourself if you haven't done it in the past. So let's put it together. Goes back again. 1, 2, and 3 through the terminal. You hold this side. Usually you don't have to do it from the back side. You can bend any of this. Stays right there. Not much. Actually, could go up. Up is easier. The bottom one. It's good. Put these holes in the other side even because it should match. Now you can see this part. None of the videos I've seen that when you install it, because if I make even this side, the screws, they're matching the bottom piece. This side is way too far. So what I do, I'll put this side first. So the screws, they will go super easy on this side, on the back side. Just like that. Okay. and we get the top piece. Since the screws from this side are match, the hole I mean for the screw, we'll put them super easy. Well, we put screws from this side, and now the case itself, if you look from this direction, from front of it, it kind of stays a little wide, so we have to push it. That is why I can push from this side. It's gonna be easier than pushing from the other side, because you have the bottom and the top, both of them. They come like this from manufacturer, so nothing you can do here. So what we'll do, we'll get the screw with the screwdriver, and when you press it through the holes, you can see the frame for the heating element, and that's how you can put the screw in. So let's see. First I'll press the top, and then I'll press the bottom. That's how we get element. If you don't, this kind of looks weird, but when you put the screw in and you have this screw in inside with the heating element in between the top and bottom, but this side, it might be that you're not gonna grab the heating element side and it will be too far from it. So that is why we have to push it. So I put screw, it was super easy, you just saw it. And the easy part, the back part will be much easier because it's already squeezed in, and that's it. That's how you put it together. Now we can use electric, and that's how you replace the heating element. And another thing, make sure from the front that the heating element is not touching the ground, the body, so they stay far. So if there is, you see anything, you can adjust it. It's all good. Here, and cut off thermostat. First I'll put the bottom one since it's easier. And the top screw. The wires here good. So we had neutral comes here, the top one, and you cannot mix these other two because they have different side, L1 and L2. Okay, then we have the wires for the cutoff and thermistor. There is a idler and under idler tiny switch. So whenever you have a Samsung with the issue, when you press the start button and there is no response, it's highly that your belt is broken, and that is why this switch will activate any power coming to inside of a dryer. So it will not start because your drum is not rotating. So that is why if you don't have a power, you probably have a belt issue. Okay, let's put the drum back. We'll get the drum, grab it on the belt, grab it by the belt, and you just put it on top of rear rollers. This is perfectly fine. And this thing shape has to be this way. At the bottom. So we need to put the belt. Here I can't put it on the video because there is no room. So as I said, you have to roll the drum clockwise. I saw some people have some struggle installing this part. Not struggle, it takes them like longer than it should be. First you have to put the top. The drum goes right there. You can see the top part of it. So we grab it from the top and we lift it a little, so at least you can put the top in from that side, this side, and then you can push the bottom. But the rollers, they will get to the drum and they won't go inside. So what we do, we just push it a little and keep turning the drum clockwise again. That's it. Like it's on a stage right there. Super easy. I don't know why people have a hard time and they will say it over the phone that, oh, I had some hard. So we put screws back. 4 screws here. If you have some dust, it's time to brush it. If you care about the dust inside. If it's your dryer or your favorite customer dryer, you can brush a little dust here and there. Yeah, it's good. We have another piece. Goes super easy. First this side. 3 screws. Don't forget the moisture sensor, right? Lint, filter lint. Everything is perfect here. Now we have wires coming. So what we do first? This is for the switch. It says the switch wire stays right there, and we'll put this side of it so it's not going to get under the drum. And it goes. That's it. Here. Yeah. And we have 2 screws from front. And 2 screws from the top. And now I can connect those wires to the plastic clips, or they hold wire. And from this side too. From the side. Okay, we have front piece. So you have 2 in the bottom. There is kind of like a hook there holding to the front. This panel, so it sits right there. And this switch, first let me show you the switch. This switch is very tricky, so I broke it once, maybe twice, but I've done hundreds of these dryers. So whenever you put it, watch out, hold it with the hand, and again, sharp edges, and you just have to be a little careful. Right there, and you grab this with one hand, another hand, you can use your knees. And it goes only one way. Don't push it too hard. It's like super easy. And whenever you put it in, it goes. And those 2 clips, they are holding it. But don't rely on those. Just be careful. If it fails, it will break the switch. And now you're short on the switch. 4 screws on top. And from inside we have a different color. They are pretty screws. Only 2 of them. There. Alright. And we have the last piece is control panel. Goes the same way. First, the bottom piece, 2 hooks, and then wires. Just connect 2 wires, and that's it. Yep. And there is a box for the control board, which uses only 1 screw to get attached to the control front panel frame, and everything looks nice. And we have 2 more screws left, which they are for this guy. Box goes the same way. You just put it right there. Just needed a little push, and 2 last screws.